Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, February 11th, 2020. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. Before we begin, again, just a quick reminder that Fed Chair Powell will testify today and tomorrow, with both sessions beginning at 9 a.m. Central Time. So again, the market will be looking forward to that, and again, headline risk could be something that pops up either anytime over the next couple of days or later on in the week. Right now what we're seeing is price holding, though, at the moment above the previous week's highs. This is the previous week's high right there, and there's currently a tiny box that is developed above there on an intraday basis. This is the previous month's high, and price is still above that zone at the moment. And you can see right here the bullish trigger zone came into full effect here Sunday evening with the big rejection that continued higher into the end of the day. Again, bullish trigger zone, everything continuing higher right now. But at the moment, on an intraday basis, again, you're going to want to keep an eye on the 33.55 level. A failure to hold that zone could open up an intraday rejection that could pull us back as low as 33.23, 33.24, somewhere in that zone, which is the previous week's close. So keep an eye on 33.55. That could be an early indication of a bit more weakness here on an intraday basis. Keep in mind, overall, this market's been very, very bullish. Let's take a look now at the NQ. Now, the NQ has developed a narrow range here at these highs overall, and then broke to the upside here recently. The upside break here was pretty strong. You can see right here, very narrow range, a failed low here, and then catapulted higher. That's a bullish outside day. Right now, a narrow range has developed overnight. And in an hourly bar chart, this is a very, very tightly developed range here. Very similar to the ES. If it were to fail to hold 95.40, that could open up a bit more selling pressure, perhaps back toward 94.70, and then perhaps even lower than that. So keep an eye on 95.40 here. Could be a big time level. We are currently seeing a bearish outside bar develop in the 60-minute time frame. So right now, this could be at a cycle high within the uptrend. Right? You have well, not that line right there. Let's grab this line. You have the upper line here of this upper channel, and then you have this lower line here, right? And as we've mentioned on each of these rotations, especially this last one, when we got up here, we could come back here. But if we come back here, it could be a buy. Now that we're up here, again, we could see a pullback right to this zone, and that could be about as low as 92.80, and that could be a great spot right there for bulls to defend and continue this thing up. So again, keeping an eye on these levels up here, but if there's a failure to hold 95.40, that could open up a bit more weakness here on an intraday and perhaps even on a near-term swing basis. All right, let's take a look now at crude oil. Now, crude oil, again, I've mentioned before that this one looks poised for a potential break to the upside. A breakout in either direction could be significant here pretty soon, as you can see how narrow this range has been at these lows. But at the moment, we are at 52-week lows here. We're below the 50, got to 49.31 on the low. We've been seeing bears defend that previous month's close price this entire time. And again, if price isn't going to push to new lows, then stops above those levels here are at risk, and that could lead to a stop run right back toward 57.28, perhaps even higher over time towards 62 or beyond. But right now, again, watching for signs that this thing could go higher. It really has not had a lot of luck in maintaining strength. So even when it has pushed higher early in the day, it has tended to fall back down by the end of the day. So right now, keep an eye on 50.30. A failure to hold that level could rotate this thing back down, back toward 50, and below 50 could be significant. So continue to watch this one. Again, it's going to take above 52, maybe even above 52.5 to get this thing squeezing and going. All right, let's take a look. And also, keep in mind, again, if this thing cannot get back above 52s, the next major support level down is 42.5. All right, lastly, taking a look at gold futures. You'll notice here with gold that this one continues to see a bullish trending phase overall. It has been stuck in a sideways kind of range here with an upward bias. At the moment, we've seen a failure to hold below the previous session's lows, and that has rotated price back up. That tends to be bullish. That tends to be a bullish indication here, and can lead to more strength to the upside. Again, if this thing can get above the 1580 level, it opens up at least a retest back toward the previous month's close. So after this month started with a 2 days hard down, we in the trading room, talked about a potential max reversal here that has developed, or an extreme reversal rather, and it did. We've seen a snap back already, and when that tends to happen, you tend to go all the way back to the point of origin of where the sell-off began. So that's right back at the previous month's close. So again, we have more upside that could be seen here in the near term. But overall, even if it does get that push back up, we're still in the range until we can really get a breakout above 1600 or back below 1540. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this develops the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.